It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Reports podcast.
That's interesting. You know, I've changed my tune on reparations.
Talk to me.
I understand the argument for reparations, and I think that there's a really good argument for reparations, but I don't think it's based on slavery.
Okay, talk to me.
I think that while American slavery is different, and every different country's slavery was obviously different, there's no way to have like the same level of slavery in every different place. But while America's slavery was absolutely horrendous and different, slavery is not unique. If we go back in history, every group of people will have been enslaved by another group of people, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think because you were enslaved during a time where everybody else was also enslaved, that it means that there should be reparations for that enslavement. Because then, as a Scottish person, do I go back to England, and do some English people go back to whoever enslaved them, and does some Viking culture go back to another Viking culture and go, we want our reparations? It's endless. It just keeps on going on and on and on. I will say, though, that the treatment within Jim Crow, redlining, not giving out loans for bank loans for black people to build the equity that white people benefit from in the real estate market alone, specific legislation that didn't allow, allegedly, I need to look into this a little bit more, but didn't allow white people to resell their house to black families. Like, yeah, all of that, the destruction of like Black Wall Street. And I need to look into more of these things, but like, to me, those are the best arguments for atonement via some sort of reparations, because they show not specifically slavery, but they show a direct force, a systemic force from a government to hold down a group of people from the American dream, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what slavery was too. It's all systemic racism. It
right.
was
but when slaves were brought here, they weren't
all
brought
the
here.
Did was kept updating.
Right, exactly. They updated in different ways. I guess what I'm trying to say is that like if slavery is the end all be all for why a group of people should get reparations, I think the reason why it's used is because
it's not though.
Oh no, I know it's not. I guess what I'm saying is like when I've looked back into other groups that have gotten reparations, like I think post-Holocaust Jews, I think Japanese people in the internment camps, they got reparations, right? There weren't internment camps going around the world, right? They got a specific, unique treatment during a time where that wasn't happening. When blacks were slaves in America, they were also slaves in Africa. They were slaves in Brazil. They were slaves in all these different parts of the world.
Yeah, but I think people would say, the blacks here in America are the reason that America is America, because the fact that you had all of those years of free labor, America was able to build an industry. It was able to build a capitalist society that everybody benefited from, except for the people who actually were out there doing the work.
Definitely a massive part of it. It's definitely a massive, massive part of it. Undeniable. I think there are a lot of different things that ended up building America, and a lot of like, global events that are happening that turn America into a superpower. You know,
do you know how much money you would save if Alex worked for you for free? for years. Hold on. Do you know how much money you would save, Schulz, if Alex worked for you? Do you know how fast? What'd you say, Alex?
He said, "Don't give him no ideas."
Hold on. Did Alex just yell, "Let me free"? Did he say, "Let me free"?
Yo, but so here's the thing, right? Let's say this is interesting. So Al works for me. Obviously, he gets paid. Everything's great. Let's say one day Al goes, "Yo, I want to go out on my own," right? And let's say after going out on his own, I do certain things. I spoil his name in the industry. I'm telling people they're about to hire him, don't hire him. I'm doing all these things to hold him down. If Al wants to sue me for money because of that treatment, he should sue my ass for money, and he should be paid for that shit.
Not only can he sue you for what he's owed, he can sue you for his future compensation because you shitted on his name.
Yeah.
You telling everybody he ain't shit, whatever. You might have, trust me, I've been in that position. People have cost me future monies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By shitting on my name and painting a picture of me. Right?
Slander,
so,
I think they call it, or liable
absolutely.
or something like that. Yeah.
Liable, all of that. You know what I mean? So yes.
But do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think that a lot of times, like, if white people really understood, because I think a lot of white people are just super ignorant to the black experience in America post-slavery. I don't think there's any white people that are going to go, well, slavery wasn't that bad. All white people know was that bad. And then they think that once slavery ended, it was like clean slate, black people, you got the same ability as white people.
Hell no.
They think that because, in my opinion, if the conversation shifted from reparations for slavery to reparations for the treatment of Jim Crow, redlining, all these things, and we started educating white people on the systemic oppression, specifically financial systemic oppression that black people have went through, I really wonder if their eyes would start to open and go, oh shit, they were literally stopped from building wealth. They were stopped.
You just said, first of all,
does that make sense? Am I making sense?
It makes all the sense in the world.
All right.
And that conversation is a conversation that everybody who makes
black people have this conversation, and white people that are listening to black people have this. But I wonder if the average white person even knows.
No, I don't think they know. But everything you're saying, that is the conversation when it comes to reparations. It's not just slavery. It is Jim Crow segregation. It is the legislation that was put in place to systemically oppress people. It is redlining. It's all of those different things. It's the war on drugs. It's all of those different things that go into why black people should have, some compensation. It's really just simple. It's a simple concept. America systemically did something to black people to put us in the position.
Specifically financially, right? Like
yes.
Financially oppressed. And if you financially oppress, you should atone for the financial
It's just
oppression,
that simple.
Right?
Systemically do something to get us out.
I truly
just that simple.
believe, and I know that there are black people listening to this right now, they're like, how could they not be aware of this? I truly believe that there are a lot of white people that have no clue what redlining is. They have no clue what just like not giving black people bank loans are. Right. There was this interesting video that's going around. I have to check the legitimacy of it, but it seemed pretty good where in order to basically build out the suburbs and build 5,000 unit homes and stuff like that, or communities, you needed government-backed loans. And the only way to get those government-backed loans was if the developers agreed not to sell the house to black families, and then the people who bought it agreed not to resell it to black families. So now you have this situation where you could buy a house for cheap. I think it was the equivalent of $100,000 now. It was maybe $10,000 back in the day. And that middle-class family, which black people were middle-class back then, would have been able to purchase property. And now that house is worth $400,000. That's $300,000 in equity you get to pass down to your kids. You know what I mean? That changes shit over generations.
You should read a book called The Color of Law.
I ain't reading that shit.
It explains all of that stuff in a very good way. But also, I mean, how many people, I guess maybe they do because they might have saw the 13th documentary on Netflix, but you think about the 13th Amendment.
I haven't seen the 13th yet.
But you're familiar with the 13th Amendment?
Right. Which is that is the you don't have to pay people for
No. It banned slavery and involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime. Right. So it provided a legal basis for slavery to continue in the country. Because think about it, Andrew.
Yes.
If I let you go, I let you free, but I don't give you anything. I don't give you any means to make any money.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to do? What do you think a human is going to go do?
So here's the thing. I've been thinking about that because I haven't seen the documentary, but someone explains to me the point in it, right? I've been thinking about how you make the argument to let's say real America people, like constitutionalist America people, right? Because there might be constitutionalist America people that go, well, white people go to jail too, and they end up doing free work as well. So this affects both people. Obviously, there's more black people per capita in jail, etc. We don't even have to get into that argument. But this is what I would say. It's unfair business practices. If you're a constitutional American, right, and you believe in a country and you believe in fair business practices, how are you going to let this prison that has free labor compete with this regular construction company that got to pay minimum wage. That's unfair to the mom and pop construction company, isn't it?
Go ahead, Schulz. Let me hear some more. I like this. I'm just
saying, if I'm a mom and pop construction company that's white owned, black owned, Mexican owned, doesn't matter what it is, I got to compete with slave wages. It's impossible for me to compete. So now you are punishing me as a business owner. We got to cut that out.
So you're saying these corporations, even these mom and pop stores, should be absolutely against the prison system as it's currently constructed.
Because it protects your own business. If these prisoners are out there making license plates and you're a license plate maker and you got to pay your people $15 an hour, they got to pay them $0 an hour, who do you think is going to get the contract from the state?